breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Development in impeachment of President Trump. Since Donald Trump was elected as president, the left has been doing whatever they can to remove him from office. These spiteful liberals cannot accept the fact that Trump is in fact the President of the United States beating Hillary Clinton, so instead, they will continue to fan the flames of division. The first tactic the left has been focusing on is the bogus Russian collusion story, and as time has passed by, the entire narrative continues to unravel right in front of their faces. However, instead of these spiteful leftists letting it go, they are pressing on and now have found a way in our nation's laws to trap Trump and possibly impeach him. Over the last several weeks, new information concerning the Russia-Trump collusion story has been brought to our attention that has shattered the official narrative. Instead of the left admitting that they were wrong to use the unvetted and now debunked Trump dossier to obtain a FISA warrant on Trump's team, they are pressing on with this sham of an investigation. As Special Counsel Robert Mueller continues his witch hunt into President Trump, the left is hoping that they may finally be able to impeach him once and for all. Their plan is pretty simple, and if Trump is not careful, he could be walking into a trap that has been carefully orchestrated by the deep state hiding in our government. About a month or so ago, Trump stated that he was looking forward to sitting down with Mueller under oath and answering his questions. Of course, top Republican lawmakers and Trump's lawyers have advised him against that since this entire Russian investigation is bogus, and they do not have ample evidence to prove that anything illegal occurred. However, that has not stopped the left from fantasizing how this proposed meeting could be just what they need to topple the Trump administration. Here is more from opposing views. President Donald Trump could be impeached if he refuses to interview with Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Citing an article in the U.S. Constitution, Time reports that Trump could very well be impeached if he refuses to speak with Mueller in regards to the Russia investigation. The president shall take care that the laws be faithfully executed, reads Article 2, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Times reporter Martin London argues that the article is not a suggestion, but a command. It was added to the Constitution because the Founding Fathers sought to prevent any situation where a president could behave like a king and ignore or violate the law. Under this law, London argues that it is Trump's obligation to help Mueller execute the law, not try and stop him. This would fall under a new application of the Faithful Execution Clause. London added that Trump would risk a grand jury subpoena if he refuses to interview with Mueller. Trump would then have to testify under oath, leaving him vulnerable to self-incrimination or perjury. The president has previously stated he would be willing to talk to Mueller under oath. But according to the New York Times, Trump's lawyers have advised him to decline an interview with Mueller. Other Republicans have agreed. I don't think the President of the United States, unless there are credible allegations, which I don't believe there are, should be sitting across from a special counsel, former Governor of New Jersey Chris Christie said during an appearance on ABC's Good Morning America, the New York Times reports. The idea of putting Trump in a room with 5 or 6 hardened, very clever lawyers, all of whom are trying to trick him and trap him, would be a very, very bad idea, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich said in January while speaking with Fox and Friends. Meanwhile, senior Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee Adam Schiff said there's ample evidence of collusion between Russian officials and members of the Trump campaign, but it is Mueller who will ultimately decide if the evidence is enough to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there was collusion. There is already, in my view, ample evidence in the public domain on the issue of collusion if you're willing to see it, Schiff told reporters on February 14, USA Today reported. If you want to blind yourself, then you can look the other way. There is no reason that Trump should sit down and meet with Mueller since they have not shown any clear proof of Russian collusion besides rumors based off a fake dossier that was thrown together by the Hillary Clinton camp. Instead of Mueller chasing after this phony story, he should be going after the real criminals in Washington, D.C., who have been obstructing justice for all these years in the Obama administration. However, We all know that won't happen since those are the very people Mueller is in charge of protecting, and the deep state will not allow him to go off track. This is precisely why we need to stay vigilant and do what we can to ensure Republicans sweep the 2018 midterm elections. If we allow the Democrats to gain more footing in the House and Senate, you can be sure they will get their way and impeach Trump, and we cannot allow that to happen.